And a big aloha. Welcome to the Travel Angel Radio Show. Boy, do we have a beautiful full house here. I mean, I am just honored. I'm going to go Facebook Live in a few moments here. But because we got Clifford Naeole and Hokulani Holt Padilla, and we got Kai from Ahumanu, and we're going to be talking all about them, their music, and the celebration of the arts, and a little bit of the history of each of these beautiful people here in the studio. But first, a little travel news. We start with that. A few things going on that's good. I like the fact that Hawaiian Airlines is now going to Boston. Yeah, I think it's great to be able to have a direct flight to Boston. That's good. The more direct, the better. Also, a beautiful welcome to Southwest Airlines. I want to give it to Kimo and Ron and the good people who worked hard making a lay around the nose of the plane. Did you see that, Hoku? Did you? And I have to say welcome to Hokulani Holt Padilla. She's the queen of hula. And truly, you're an inspiration to me and so many. I can't even imagine. How many people, have you ever tried to figure out how many people you've taught hula to over the years?
No.
You never even stopped to try to figure that out?
No, 43 years is a lot of people.
Yeah, it is a lot of people, and you've seen so much happening. And, of course, Clifford. You've known him, how many years? Did you ever figure that part out? How long you've known Clifford?
Because, to me, the number of years are not as important as the amount of relationship that we have. And we don't count relationship in years. We count relationship in activity and the things we do together and the things that we experience together. Not so much number of years.
Yeah, and you're teaching now at the college?
No, I run a scholarship program for Native Hawaiian students in STEM and Hawaiian studies.
I didn't know that. How wonderful. So you're able to help even more people.
Well, hopefully these students that could use money to go to college, that's what I hope to do. That's why I always say I have the best job in the world because I give away money to Native Hawaiian students.
How beautiful. What a great gift. I was just talking to you before the show, and I was wondering if you're going over to the Mary Marnock, and you said you are, but you're not judging.
No.
You got family.
I have family. There are also the Maui Halau that are going, and we support one another all the time. We clap and we yell for every Maui Halau that is there, not only Ohana, because they are Ohana.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we also have here in the studio, let's get that mic on close to
Yes.
Kekai.
Aloha. This is Kekai, and we have Liz.
Hi, Liz. How are you coming close? Hi, Liz. So you're going to be having a CD release party, and it's going to be wonderful. We're excited about that. That's going to. Oh, you got a couple of friends out there giving you a thumbs up.
Hey, all right. Thumbs up, gang. All right.
Because you do a lot of great work, and it's nice. I know how much work it is. A lot of people don't realize how much work goes into making a CD. I mean, it is a labor of love, of course, and you never know if you're going to make the money back, but you don't do it for that, right? But you put your heart and soul into it, and it's always like a birth of a child in a way when it comes out. It's like, that moment when you actually get the CD, the box, and open it up, right? Isn't that a magical moment when you actually get it and it arrives and you hold it in your hands? It's like, oh my gosh, it's here, the CD's here.
We can't wait. We're not going to get it until I believe very, very, very close to the actual date. So we cannot wait to have it in our hands and to share it off with others. But the celebration of the arts is definitely the day if you wanted to see it. That is mahalo to Clifford and the Ritz-Carlton for letting us debut that album right there at the Celebration of the Arts, right after the Island Tastes event.
On Saturday night.
On Saturday night, 4:20.
Is that going to be that's in the lobby or downstairs now? You can have that in the special
The
ballroom?
Island Taste is in the Aloha Garden Pavilion. We are billing it as the feast before the finale. So it's a time when everybody gets together, fills their stomach, gets to meet and greet and eat, and then everybody transitions over to the ballroom where we have this epic night of song from Ahumanu and a lot of guest stars and a lot of guest halau. And it will be a night to remember, absolutely.
Oh, that's always wonderful. Now, I remember you used to do that with the luau, and that changed about 2 years ago. And you did something I thought was rather interesting because it's much more open to and affordable when you do the island taste, right? And it opened up to more people to be able to afford that.
Correct. It's about local people coming and sharing and vice versa. So right now, the tickets are only $25 for adults, and you get a Hawaiian plate with the $25, and then you also get to buy food script that if you want to, you can purchase special a la carte items such as opihi.
You're just giving a thumbs up.
Yeah.
You like that. You
The
like
special a la carte items are the ones we go for first.
Your plate will already be filled with the prefix plate, but then for those who know, the opai, the opihi, the guava glaze, smoked meat, the kulolo, the coconut candy, luau he'e, all these things are just going to rock the world. And then you go and work it off on the dance floor and listen to Ahumanu, and then Jimmy Mack and the Cool Cats
good dance and
put the
music
hammer.
there. Yeah, absolutely. Well, it got to the point where it was too big. The after party used to be in the lobby, and it just got too crowded up there for it, didn't it?
Exactly like the event. It started small in one section, a couple rooms, and now it's expanded to the entire ballroom. Sometimes upstairs, downstairs, the pavilion. Outdoors, so it's just like a seed that was planted. It's just taking root, and we hope it just keeps going.
You know, it was funny. I was talking to a friend of mine, Christine Wong, and her son Garrett. She says, my son Garrett started there about 25 years ago, and he, over the years, had George Allen and Theo Morrison. He has artwork he did with George Allen, baskets he did with Theo Morrison, and now he's in college. Actually, he graduated from college, and they still have all the beautiful artwork they created over those years. He actually had a chance to grow up and keep all the fantastic creations he did with the most famous, wonderful artists on the island, teaching them for free.
And with the physical things they may walk out with, for instance, creating their own heirloom, it's the intellectual, it's the camaraderie that they also walk out with. Like sitting down and speaking with Kumu on the side, or speaking with the people from Niihau, or speaking with Huaca de los Rios, or Village Gallery artists. It's all about engagement. It's just not about how much are you selling, what are you selling, and you're walking away. This is about creating, talking, sharing, learning, and perhaps becoming partners in the future of Hawaii. So with the ladies and gentlemen of the hotel, you've got Ahumanu, all the entertainers, you've got Kumu, Hoku, Kapono, Ai Molitau. Everybody's willing to give a part of their expertise, not only the physical side, but the spiritual side as well.
Well, it's truly a magical transformation that happens. Over the weekend, which is going to be April 19th on Friday, April 20th on Saturday, and then there's the Sunday brunch if you want to stay for that. But there is a true transformation that happens at hotel. All of a sudden, it goes to like a village. You're nodding your head. You've been there. You've seen it happen, right?
Yes, it's transformed.
The love and the hugs and the kisses and everything in the hotel. Everyone's seeing each other. It's all of a sudden it's like a gathering, and you see people you may not have seen since the last year or before, right?
Yes.
And there's this aloha. There's just this aloha that just bursts forth, in springtime, like springtime bursts forth. Definitely. The aloha does, right?
For years, it's a really nice time to actually venture out to that side of the island too. For many of us,
yes, I know.
And then once we get there, to feel very comfortable in the environment because we are familiar with the people we've come up with.
Yeah.
And then, like they mentioned, you get to talk to artisans. So it's a special time.
Absolutely. How many years? Well, I'm not going to go there. You said don't go years. I've learned my lesson.
Don't go years with me. I'm not a number of years kind of person.
Not to it. But so many wonderful times and encounters. And gosh, I think of Charles, over so many times with his beautiful, beautiful chants and his hulaus. And I think of Henry Kapono in the beginning was doing a lot in the beginning, right? Henry
Correct.
Kapono was a major part in the beginning. And we've had some beautiful people. And I've learned a lot over, I won't say years, over time. I didn't know Clifford's background. I never knew until I actually was there in a talk one time about the Naeole. Someone did a story. It was a children's story. Did you remember that children's story on the Naeole story? I didn't.
He should talk
you
about that,
should.
not me. He should
I
talk
think it's
about
called Kohala Kuamo'o, Naeole's Race to Save a King.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was, you know what? I've known you 26 or so years, Clifford. And I never knew that you were part of the Naeole family that actually goes back to that time where the king was saved.
Well, sometimes in Hawaiian families, they tend to keep these things to themselves and inspire the kids. And it's
Why
not
are
about
you laughing? Oh, cool.
No, because her pen fell off.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes in the family, it's kept as a library book for you to read and remind yourself often, rather than other people reminding you. I don't know. That's how my grandfather took it. Is we need to learn by our experience rather than somebody else telling us what happened, etc., etc.
But there is the responsibility that you must have grown up with.
Yes, there is, but then again, that's going through the school of hard knocks. But yeah, I'm very proud of my heritage, and I hope that for the next 7 generations it keeps on going. But that's for every Hawaiian here in Hawaii, everybody.
Absolutely, absolutely, and as cultural director, I mean, at the Ritz, I remember how many times when I've stayed there, you have the word of the day. And so many people have learned wonderful words of the days, and you have always held that integrity of the cultural life and the cultural understanding carried out beautifully through many different hotel managers over the years, and there's been ups and downs and changes, but you've always, they see the people come out. Sometimes new general managers come out and they experience what you're doing and they've never seen anything like it, right? And it's like all of a sudden, oh my gosh, they're learning, right? What's going on here?
It's like, I think maybe Hoku told me this. He says there's 2 types of people. There's temporary people and there's permanent people. Mm-hmm. So, yes, we may have navigators come from afar and try to tell us how to run the canoe, but the crew stays intact. The navigator leaves, but the crew stays intact, and we become the permanent people. So we just do what we need to do to make sure it goes forward.
What has really been great about Celebration of the Arts is that Clifford has had the opportunity to bring together people that may not be seen all in one place at the same time. And that is because of his relationship to all of these people over the years, when artisans from as far as Ni'ihau all the way to Hawaii Island come to this one place and this one time in order to share what they love the most about what they do. This includes not only those that do hana no eau or the arts themselves, but music and dance, and the community comes with the folks from the halau that are nearby and the halau that are far away, the senior citizens that come, and it is a magnificent time to be able to see the whole community, from young people all the way up to senior people, which is where we're getting senior people, to share in each other's lives. And like Clifford said, I think that's the true gift of Celebration of the Arts, not only to celebrate the arts, but also to celebrate the people that come to this time and place.
Exactly.
A kind of timeless lay of aloha sharing.
When I speak with Kumu Hoku about setting up the event, sometimes we like to have topics that people not necessarily agree upon. There's a little bit of controversy or a little bit of emotions behind it. So people who may not see eye to eye sometimes come, and then at the end, we're hoping that we're all moving towards the right path.
So far, no fist fights have broken.
No.
So far, everyone's been able to.
They'd have to pass Kumuhoku to do that.
They wouldn't dare.
Good luck.
Your Kulia says hi, Papa.
All right.
We've got Mike O'Dwyer. Hi, Mike, and people in here from all around the world. Gina Martinelli as well. Hello, Gina. And many more. David Kane, good to see you too. And let's go over the theme. Now, this is always an important part. I don't know. I hope people know that there's a lot of thought that goes into what each year's topic is going to be, the name, and then a beautiful, beautiful poster is done. And I happen to love the poster this year, this lovely, lovely red. Is that a honeysucker bird? What do you call that bird? It's on the first page.
Evie.
It's Evie. Is it an Evie?
Evie.
Evie. Beautiful. I love that. I love birds. And I've seen one of those only once in my life up there at up on Haleakala at the
Cosmers Grove.
Cosmers Grove. I've seen them once
they
or
hang
twice.
out there. If you're very lucky and you're still and you wait, they will come quite close and sit on the branches close to the people.
I think they're endangered, aren't they?
Not really that endangered, but all of our birds are endangered if their environment is not cared for.
That's for sure. So what's the theme this year?
Well, the theme actually was brought up by Hoku. I had an idea, and I gave her the seed, and she came back. She came off with Alo ina mea kanu, so a love for all things planted. And it's not, again, just dealing with seeds of agriculture. It's seeds of knowledge. It's seeds of mentorship. It's seeds of being a student, and the seeds and knowing the consequences of the seeds and the type of soil and the type of fertilizer that's given to that seed so it can progress. So it's a vast canvas to paint. I just gave the idea to Kumu, and she came up with it and said, "Here we go, boom, let's run with it."
Well, think of all the seeds planted over the years at the Celebration of the Arts. There's been lots of seeds planted with just the topics alone that you have, and just, again, for people who've never experienced Hawaii that come to the hotel the first time, think of the seeds of aloha planted in them when they see a real cultural experience right there at the hotel.
Yeah, they enjoy themselves, and it's almost a sad thing on the Sunday when the event is over, per se. And then you have a new crop of guests checking in who have zero knowledge of what just took place 48 hours ago.
It gets a little quieter because when the Celebration of the Arts is on, there's lots of activity, there's lots of bustling around, people walking from place to place, and like you said, hugs in the hallway and talking to one another. And then comes Sunday when everybody starts to leave, the hotel settles in once again to its sedate and quiet way that it welcomes its guests as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So when you were thinking of the seeds of aloha and the seeds planted, what crossed your mind?
Everything, because kanu is to plant, but kanu also is to bury. And it is also a remembrance that in front of the hotel has the burial site of our kupuna. So mea kanu is not only hua, not only seeds, but the word kanu also is the term we use to when you bury. And so it is to remember the beginning when you plant and you hope for the seed to sprout and grow, all the way to when you die and your bones are laid to rest and it is planted once again. So that whole gamut of life was also thought about in this particular theme.
Wow, that's beautiful. I had no idea. I learned something new. That's a beautiful circle then.
Yeah.
A beautiful circle. And it's kind of, the circle's gone on and on, of course, at the hotel. Because you've seen over the years, people come and go, of course. You know, Charles Kuipo was a wonderful part for so many years, probably at least 20 years, right, of the events, and always part of it.
We've had many, Charles Kuupu, we've had Paliahui.
Just almost anyone, almost anyone on Maui who was involved in some kind of cultural or artistic endeavor has had a time at Celebration of the Arts. Whether they were a performer, whether they were a presenter, whether they were a artist that was teaching in the corridors, almost anyone that was involved in Hawaiian cultural arts has been to Celebration of the Arts.
And a lot of them came because of respect for you, Clifford. I mean, you know how to ask them, and it's hard to say no to Clifford, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. But you know why that is?
Respect.
well, why is that respect? Why you use that word?
Because
we come because he will come when we ask.
That true. And
So we
he's a
go
teacher.
when he asks.
This is your teacher. No?
Nope. Okay, you got to listen to this.
Okay.
It's all about relationship.
Ah.
It's all about relationship. We go when he asks, because if I ask him to come, he will come.
Mm-hmm.
They come when he asks, because if they want him for something, he will come.
Mm-hmm.
And vice versa. That's what relationship in Hawaiian culture is all about.
Mm.
That we freely give and receive from each other. It's a reciprocal thing.
Mm-hmm.
That this interaction, this relationship, this aloha is reciprocal. It's not just one way, and he only asks, and then if I ask him, he goes, no, I'm busy. Yeah, that's not how this works. This works because we respond to one another. We give and take to one another. And that truly is what aloha is, the giving and the taking, the receiving.
Absolutely true. Absolutely beautifully said, Hoku. Tell us about the schedule, because I haven't had a chance. You just brought this in the first time of the actual whole list of what's going on. I encourage people, by the way, to start, if they can, Friday morning. It's a very special way to begin the celebration of the arts, and it goes to the roots of. You've been doing it every year, haven't you? Every year you've been doing
It occurs every year, but now in my advanced age.
Doing is another thing.
Yeah, doing it is another thing. So I have my younger brother who takes care of that. But
okay.
nonetheless, it starts off in a very spiritual and emotional tone before we get to the physical side of the event with the Hiuvai and Ialae. From there, we go when the practitioners pledge their commitment at Inuka'ava as we drink the bitter waters of Kane. And then from there to Vehikaipuka, when we open the gateway, we do our permission to enter, our statements of intent to come into the door, where Kumukapuno'ai and Hokulani listens to their chant and their intent, and invite them to come in and participate.
In the lobby there.
In the lobby,
And
correct.
that's at what time, 10?
That is at 9, and then it goes until 10. At 10 o'clock is when the official artists and everything else the doors are open and the event begins.
So if you don't make it for the ceremony, is that at 6 at the
5:45.
5:45. If you don't make it, try to get into the lobby and get a place before, because once it begins, it's protocol and everyone's in place, and you're not going to just walk into the middle of it at 9. So try to get there at least by 8:45, right? If you're going to see that.
Yeah, and that sets the stage for a lot of people's attitude over the weekend is to feel this reality. That, wow, hey, they're doing real Hawaiian things. This is not a status quo. This is not something that we're going through choreography.
You can actually feel the energy change.
Well,
when
they
that
have
happens.
no choice.
Yeah.
They have no choice. It's coming from the heart, actually.
Oh,
So,
absolutely. I mean,
yeah.
literally, there's this. It's almost like spirit comes into the lobby there. You can almost feel that spirit wind come in, and it's beautiful to watch. It's really a lovely ceremony that kicks it off.
Yes, and then from there again, now we go into the physical side and the conversation and the films. We have a film called The Roots of Ulu, which talks about the replanting and the resurgence of one of our staples, bringing it back to Hawaii. We have great panels. There's one called Cornerstones, which I'm very excited about. And I came across this because I was looking at down at the burial site, looking at the Ahu, and I said, there's 4 cornerstones here. And I started thinking about the cornerstones of a Renaissance with Hokulea and Wayfinding, with Mary Monarch, with the Hawaiian Immersion Program, and with Honokahua. And these were 4 solid occurrences that created a base for our culture to move forward. So we have people who are involved in those occurrences, those who continue to teach in those occurrences and events. So, excuse me, that'll be a great time to listen.
Is that a panel happening on Friday?
That's Friday.
At what time?
2 o'clock.
So when we say about this, and you've been there through all of these, I won't say the word years, through the time. I'm trying to not use the word years.
Well, you can use years. I just don't use numbers. You can use years. I just don't use numbers.
But have you seen an evolution, Hoku? I mean, you've been around enough to know, well, there has been beautiful growth. Hawaiian dance for sure, protocol, and music maybe a little. It's still endangered. I think the music, unfortunately,
Oh,
'cause
I
it's
don't think so. It's
no?
endangered. I think Hawaiian music is live and well, and Ahumanu are one of the prime examples of bringing all aspects of music into Hawaiian music in order to have a sound that is well known as Hawaiian, but also it is what makes the artist also grow and flourish. So I don't think music is endangered. I think music is alive and well. And I don't think hula is endangered any longer. Hula is alive and well. We have several sailing canoes in Hawaii at this time. We have sailing academies that teach young people about wayfinding and canoe itself. So what Clifford said is absolutely correct. In the 1970s and the mid-1970s is when this foundation was started, and it has grown into now providing a flourishing culture that is throughout the whole world.
Absolutely.
That's for sure. I mean, have you done the Japan thing? Have you had a chance to play in Japan at all?
Yes, actually, we did. A couple of years ago, we were invited to attend Kumaika Hula, Japan. So if you're familiar, Kumaika Hula is a Maui event. And they actually host one in Japan. So we were fortunate to go there and be there.
Were you amazed at the turnout and the love for the Hawaiian culture
Very
there?
much so. Very much so. But I will say that our people here are just as supportive, just as involved in the Hawaiian communities. I think everybody here feels their kuleana and fulfills what that kuleana is. Whether they are language people or va'a people, kanu people, whether they are practitioners of oli or arts or, whatever it may be. And we definitely keep in touch with each other. We share our space and our time with each other. And as a musician, it just propels us in our music to see our Hawaiian-ness thriving.
Yeah.
And for musicians, you have the language, and you have the kauna, and you have the spirituality of it all. So music is just not music. Hawaiian music is life, just like hula is life.
Right, and for Ahumanu, we try to look at our music as also healing, as also commemorative, also giving thanks and appreciation, showing love and showing that respect, that reciprocal respect that Auntie spoke on. Our album Kahi Aloha is entitled "This In This Place of Love," and so Kahi Aloha is a place of love, and for us. It is not only a physical place, but it's also what exists in your heart, what exists in your na'au, and all of the elements that take you to those places and those times that can help you to reminisce about that. And so all of our music that has been chosen is about that. It either invokes that for us, it reminds us of good times that we've had, of love, of the pain that may bring and the loss that may bring sometimes, but it's all been in commemoration of places and people and thoughts and ideas that we love. And so it was nice to hear about the theme this year being the mea kanu. And we have an original mele on this Kahi Aloha CD called E Ano Ano E. Ano Ano is a seedling, so this mele E Ano Ano commemorates love as well, but the planting of the seed and the growth of something new that can come from love. And it was written, I had written it for my husband because I was away in Japan.
Oh, really?
And he was missing me. So funny you brought up Japan. But he was missing me. And so he spent every night for one whole week creating a lei that should have taken 2 months to make because he was missing me so much with little ali'ipoi seed. And so when I came home, he had created a beautiful lei and in commemoration of that. And in reciprocal love, I wrote him a song. And
That's so sweet.
yeah, Nahanona Kulike o Pi'ilani, the men will be dancing that mele for us that
really?
evening. It will be a debut, and I can
So
tell
you're
you.
arranging it with them. You're coordinating it with them.
Yes, and there's a lot of coordination going on for our part of the celebration.
Absolutely.
And we are coordinating with Pa'u o Hi'iaka, also with Halau Kamalu o Kalei Hulu, also Halau Keku o Kala'au ala Iliahi, and Halau Nahanona Kulike o Pi'ilani. And these are all kumu that we've worked with over the years.
Wow.
We love. They've been supportive of not only Ahumanu and the hula and music community, but also of the celebration of the arts. And we're excited to work with them in collaboration. Also, the boys of Navai Eha and Kui Kava. And on stage, we'll have with us Pono Murray, Josh Kahula, and Joel Katz. So, it's a fun night.
Wow.
We're going to party
Oh, yeah.
That's all Saturday night.
after we work.
Yes.
We're going to work. You're going to party.
Saturday night, April 20th.
Correct.
And that is free, right? Or is there a charge for that?
Yes, so you will want to come to the Island Taste, which happens just before.
That's a charge, yeah, but a small charge. I think it's $26.
$25
Yeah.
for adults, and $15 for children 6 to
That's
12 years.
amazing. That's
But
great.
then again, it's that's the time. You go there and you eat and you share and you have fun,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
everybody transitions to the ballroom, and it's like Kumu said, it's going to be a classic night. It's going to be an epic night, and now that we heard the lineup.
Yeah.
I think I better increase the seating by about 200 more seats, maybe, huh?
I mean, well, it's going to be, amazing amount of people you're gathering together. That's an amazing amount of work and preparation and practice.
Well,
for
it's
that.
bringing forward the new music
Right.
of the young men of Kuikava and Navai Eha, and they're launching into the music world, and the kumuhula that have been in existence here for a long time have participated in our community in so many, many ways. And then to top it all off with Ahumanu, who brings that particular sound that is only their sound, and they are the ones who have brought all these people together in this one place at this one time.
So how does that song go a little bit? I mean, you got me. That's such a beautiful one.
Kahialoha.
to-
Oh gosh, I
Too
couldn't
hard
bring the
to-
guitar on the
Oh.
motorcycle, but we'll definitely get one out to you.
Okay.
But that just made me think about. We were fortunate enough to get all of these wonderful halau and these fantastic musicians because of that thing, the relationship. They called us, we went, and we have for years, and have done things reciprocally. And now we've called out, and they gladly came. I can't even. I'm so honored that they're coming, and out of love, and they've answered our call. So
So you're talking about
Grateful.
about 40, 50, 60 people that
Oh,
are
gosh.
more?
I don't
maybe
know.
I don't know. Maybe it depends on what the kumu
Yeah.
Decide.
That's a
decide that
lot.
they're gonna bring. But I know for us, musicians alone, we're looking at at least 10.
Wow.
12.
So it's a full
Yeah,
on
12 or so.
amazing event. My gosh.
Like that.
And your
Big.
CD will be there.
Our CD
So
will
people
be there.
people can get it the first time.
And we'll make sure to
Right
have
there.
one come to you at Kauai
Oh, yeah.
as well,
Thank you.
specifically, so you can air them.
I
And
really
then
want
you're
to hear
going to
it.
want to get merchandise.
Yes.
Yes.
You're going to want to get merchandise because, the Ahumanu name is going to fly right after,
Right.
literally, right after the CD release. So you're going to want to get your merchandise.
What did you decide to do for merchandise?
Well, okay. go
Yeah,
ahead.
we have some T-shirts. We'll have some hats and stickers.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Maybe some other things. Maybe
Surprises.
some other goodies. We have.
I want to give a shout out to the people who gave you bought some beautiful taro. And I didn't
Oh,
know there was a
yes.
taro farm right in Wailuku.
That was Olamau Farms, and so we wanted to bring
Thank
something
you.
for you. We definitely, it's our upbringing
You
to
do,
come with
yeah.
something.
Yeah, that's
because
so
we just
sweet.
appreciate you here.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
have
And I
us.
love taro chips. That's wonderful. And I didn't even know they made them here, so that's great to find out.
Yeah,
about as well.
they're
Yeah.
great. There's a small farm on Malaihi Road, Olamau Farms, Mahalo Yaoko. Thank you, thank you girls for that makana.
Right. Well, I would like to go down. We have about 15 minutes more, and I want to go down some of the rest of the schedule on Friday. We left it at about the 2 o'clock panel, and let's go down a little bit more of what you have on Friday.
Okay, well,
That's Friday the 19th.
we are bringing back the Konani tournament.
What's that?
Konani is the Hawaiian game of strategy, much like compared to checkers or chess.
I don't like to compare.
Yeah.
I don't like to compare.
Just the wisdom.
It is developed out of Hawaii. So if
Right.
other people think it looks like this or it looks like
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
that's up to them.
Yeah.
But it really is a Hawaii developed seemingly game, but actually to help. In the past, it was to help ali'i to strategize their warfare. It was to help teach young people how to think about moving forward and with people around you.
Is it on a board?
It's on a board. It has 2 sets of colored stones, one set of black and one set of white.
I'm going to say like Go, but I'll get in trouble if I compare it to something like that.
No, you can compare if you want, but we don't compare.
Yeah.
Because it is Hawaii. It's not. If it's like something else, they will copy us.
That's right.
That's a Hawaiian sling stone. Or a little football, same thing.
So is this going to be actually a teaching? Are people going to learn how to play, or they just watch it?
It's teaching and competition.
Uh-huh.
So there'll
It's
be
a competition.
Yeah,
It's
so
a competition.
There'll be 3 age brackets,
Oh.
and then so the qualifying
really?
rounds will be on Friday and Saturday.
Wow.
And then the championship round will be at the Island Taste on Saturday evening. So
Okay. I didn't know about this. This is new to me.
yeah, this is we brought it was there a couple years ago, and then last year time didn't permit it or whatever, but we wanted to bring it back again this
Yay.
year, And there's one panel that is called Ulana to weave. So there will be 4 practitioners of weaving that will say and talk about how they can look into simple things and bring forth a thing of beauty from ie to hala to making papali or making mats or whatever the case would be, and just to have these, it's like looking to the source. You may see a reed. They will see something of beauty, and they will make it evolve in front of you. So it's
beautiful.
about who taught them, who planted the seed in them, and how they continue to plant the seeds in others. About that artistry called ulana to weave.
And that's at what time?
This will be at 12:30 until 1:30. Correct.
Okay.
Right. Of course, the cornerstones is at 2 o'clock, and we have one final film at 3:30 called Hawaii Message in the Waves. And that will be narrated by my brother Iokepa. And it is a film that deals with the environmental impact of the oceans.
We're getting a lot of thumbs up here. I think maybe he's watching.
But it's a funny film, it's a surf film, it's a music film, and yet at the same time it's very hard hitting. So I invite everyone to come and see.
And that's free.
Yes, it is, of course. And
And in the downstairs room down there?
It is in
where
the theater.
Yeah, in
Correct.
the theater.
It is in the theater.
And
correct.
that's a documentary?
It is a documentary presented by the BBC.
Wow.
And he was a narrator on that, and he's in the film, but there's a lot of things that can be learned from that film.
Yeah.
And from there, of course, hey, celebration after hours. At doors open at 8 o'clock. We're bringing in the group called Vaihi from Oahu, Barasam Langi and the Kaunohe Ohana. And trust me, they are so funny on stage. But their harmony is fantastic. They play more of a contemporary beat Hawaiian style music, but it's okay. It's a Friday night. It's an upbeat night.
Is that is that lobby or downstairs?
That will be again in the salon ballrooms 3 and 4. So we've set it up pretty elegantly, right? Kumu, all last year.
Like a club.
Is it like a club,
Yeah,
is
it's like
it?
a nightclub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we invite everyone to come over. Again, that's complimentary. And we will have the Rock and Ramen Bar for those of you who want to.
Is that popular? Did that?
Oh, yeah.
People like the rock.
Especially with the fluorescent chopsticks that we have.
I can't help but thinking rock and ramen.
Yeah.
Right. Who was that? That's the old classic rock and roll, right?
But yeah, we invite everybody to come over to see Vaihi on Friday night. That'll end Friday night's festivities, and That'll go until midnight. After Vaihi we have DJ Scotty for some live dancing and stuff like that. But then Saturday morning,
But
we
don't
do it
party
all over
too
again.
hard because you got to get up the next morning and have more fun.
Well, yeah, that's what we say. But you never can.
You
You never know
can.
what's going to happen at Celebration After Hours.
And you have more panels on Saturday.
Oh yes, absolutely. It starts at 10 o'clock again for Saturday. Hands art and demonstrations. One panel is called Community Resilience with two women, Tiari Lawrence and Mahina Martin, and they're always kind of they're out there just with eyes wide open and minds as well, and trying to just make sure that things are working out for the greater good of the community. So they don't mind sticking their necks out, and that's commendable in
true,
these
yeah.
days to be able to stick your neck out and see what the consequences
Yeah.
are. So we're going to feature them on a panel, and them talking about how it is to be at the forefront of some causes for the community. Yeah. The Kapono'ai Molitao Kumu will be doing a presentation called E Na'aumakua, which is about our, I guess, how would you say it, our family deities?
Yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Which can take many forms. For those watching in other parts of the world, it's not just family of people, body people, but also spirit, animals. And it can be, right? I mean, it can be...
Aumakua are deified. Certain family members, not all family members, certain family members are deified into different shapes. They can take bird shapes, ocean shapes, land shapes. They can take cloud shapes. They can be in particular kinds of waves. So it is, an Aumakua is a family member who has been deified and then is there to help, scold, teach, guide, and all those many ways that a family might need.
Like a guardian.
Okay. Because they don't only guard.
Oh.
Yeah, they don't only guard. They teach, they scold,
Yeah.
they do many
We
things.
got
They
the
don't
heads
only
right there.
guard.
Aumakua experiences. Any experience with Aumakua that you've had, Keikai?
Well, that's a difficult question because that's kind of a personal question.
It's usually a
okay.
personal and private,
Okay.
a
Right.
private story for your family, not
Oh.
always given to the general public.
Okay, that's good to know. See, I've always thought it was like either maybe an animal. I'm a bird person, so it's always been birds for me. But I didn't ever know it could be land. I didn't know it could be clouds.
I don't
didn't
know
it
what
could
you
be
mean
oceans.
about land. I don't know. I don't
Oh, you
think
said
I
it could
said
be
land. Land things.
Oh, land things. Okay.
But
Ocean waves, you even said.
ocean waves,
I
winds,
never would have considered that.
clouds.
Winds I get. Winds I often feel the winds, and clouds I can see. But I didn't think ocean
We're ocean
waves.
people.
Yes?
We're
absolutely.
ocean people,
Yeah.
so an ocean wave is important to us.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I always say that you can always pray to your Aumakua
That'll be
and
an
ask for
interesting one.
advice or ask for favors sometimes.
That's true, yeah.
But it's not a wishing well. You won't end up with a red Mercedes in your garage the next morning. Like good parents, they will say yes, and they will say no.
I see them like grandparents,
Yeah.
which is, the
True,
next
true.
level up. Grandparents almost always say yes, but,
Yes.
they always look to the welfare of the mo'opuna. So
Correct.
that is the important thing.
Right,
Yeah.
right. There is one panel of two gentlemen, and if you know these two gentlemen, you know it's going to be a lively one. It's with Kau Nakanelua and Ke'omoku Kapu, and their panel is called The New Age of Looking Backwards. And why I named it this is because these two gentlemen, they conduct themselves in the political arena, they conduct themselves in the public arena, and then when the time is, they will adorn themselves with their malo and return to their taro patches and think of things that were and think of what their kupuna have taught them, and they realize now that they are the seeds who are blossoming, and they are teaching men, and they're teaching young men as well to look backwards and walk in the footsteps of their ancestors, appreciate what was there, so that they can again, pledge 7 generations to what will be.
I'm glad you brought that up because that's such a key. The 7 generations past and 7 generations future gives us a whole bigger picture. It gives you a much bigger vision when you think that way, doesn't it?
It does extend your kuleana as well to know that what will they be calling? Will they be calling your name out in 7 generations from now, and why?
I think, Clifford, yes, because look at your 7 generations past, right? And now 7 generations in the future. I sometimes wonder, 7 generations, what would that be like? 7 generations.
The thinking part of that is the question, what kind of kupuna will you be?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, if we revere and we look to our kupuna for guidance and answers and all the things we might need intellectually and spiritually and emotionally, what kind are you going to be for those that follow after you?
A legacy and a half, a legacy and beyond?
Well, and what does that mean? What does that mean? What kind of kupuna are you going to be?
Mm-hmm.
What have you done in your life that will affect those generation that come after? Are you going to be the kupuna that your mo'opuna says, my kupuna did nothing, I know nothing about them? Or are you going to be the kupuna that says, oh, my kupuna, they were very helpful with the ohana in fishing, or with making quilts, or with preparing food, or with guiding our family in times of need? Or will you be the kupuna that they say, I don't know anything about you because you did nothing in your life? Yeah, that's the kind of thinking that these gentlemen have when they think about when they teach people today and into the future. Not that we do it to, in Hawaiian we call it ho'ohanohano, or to glorify yourself. We don't do it to glorify ourselves. We do it to glorify our lahui and our people and the place we come from.
That's beautifully said.
And
Well, we have about 3 minutes, so winding it up, we should remember that the big, wonderful celebration of eating, the island taste, is so much fun, and it's so good, and it's so nice, and it's something everyone should experience. What time you do have limited space.
Doors will open at 6.
Do you have to get your tickets in advance?
I would strongly suggest getting your tickets in advance, yes. And you can call the hotel directly, or you can go to
Native
Intelligence, correct?
Dino.
and
Native
Dino's Doggy
Intelligence.
Treats in Happy Valley.
There you go.
And
All
almost any halal that's participating.
Correct. Yes, yes.
Oh, okay.
So, and just there's no excuse for not getting your tickets. Just ask.
You
ask
see it every
somebody.
year, don't you? You see it
Correct.
every year when people go, "What? Wait, I want a ticket."
Yes, it always happens.
It
Oh,
happens.
yeah.
Yes, it does.
It always happens. Always happens.
Clifford, will you get me in, please?
Oh, hey, Ahumanu's playing. The who's who of Maui Entertainment is coming that evening. No excuse. I mean, there is an incentive, and that the incentive is right there. Come and spend the evening. Come and spend the day. Come and spend the weekend. Whatever the case may be.
There is a website because you gave so
Yes.
much, and you have all of this information, I think, up on your
Yes,
website.
it's www.celebrationofthearts.org, and go through the schedule. Plan your what event you want to take place in. But no matter what, see you at the Celebration of the Arts, Island Taste, and After Hours.
Well, it's been such. Oh, I have another minute. Okay, this clock goes different than down there. But no, it's such an honor to be able to see everyone here. And Ahumanu, I'm so glad you came in.
Thank you for having us.
Well, no, it's been a treat because I didn't realize it was such a huge gathering that you planned this whole big extravaganza.
Go big or go home.
Right? It's
Trust me, they've been planting the seed for a while with a lot of fertilizer in there too.
Yeah, I mean that's a lot of work. That's amazing. The gathering, what
A
you're
lot of
doing.
work, but when you love what you do,
Yeah.
you want to bring your friends along with you.
That's true. Yeah, definitely.
And then Clifford called, and we came.
Thank you.
And it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. I feel like I've learned so much, Hoku, from you. You're such a wise teacher, and I learned a lot today about many things. So I feel honored to have you here. I haven't seen you in a while, and you're going to be there.
Absolutely.
And it's starting with the morning,
Yes.
Friday, and welcoming people.
I'm like Clifford. I have turned over hi'uvai to others, because getting in and out of that ocean is scary for me. So I will be there
In the lobby.
from the lobby.
Yeah, good.
Yes.
And Clifford, I mean, you're such a mentor and friend to me, and through the years done so much. And I know the challenges. I've seen you say, I don't know if I'll do another one. I don't know if anyone
Here
heard
we
you.
are.
And here you are, and you're still doing it. And I have to say, Clifford, I am so glad. I mean, I know what it takes, and you've had a lot of challenges, and but it's so important and so beautiful to see. 25, 26 years of you doing this, a quarter of your life.
I'm just a channel. The Ritz-Carlton is just a place. As John Torner put it so aptly, he says, this event just happens to be at the Ritz-Carlton. It's not about the Ritz-Carlton. So please, everyone, come and make yourself at home at Kapalua and enjoy what we have to offer.
Thank you so much, and aloha.
Absolutely.